God, family, country, Constitution, Bill of Rights, Ten Commandments, Golden Rule, Declaration of Independence. I am the great white buffalo. I love storms. I don't hide from storms. I don't get in the shelter. I get out of the shelter and I go, where's the worst storm? I'm heading straight into it. That's what the founding fathers wanted all of us to be. I am so radical that I believe in law and order. I'm so extreme that I believe that arsonists shouldn't be bailed out by the Democrat Party. They should probably face a firing squad. But anyhow, welcome to the Spirit Campfire. Isn't it appropriately named the Spirit Campfire? Because I so reek of positive spirit and positive energy. I I stink of truth, logic, and common sense. Self-evident truth, not like my opinion. Well, I have a hunch that I have the right to keep and bear arms. It's not a hunch. I don't have a hunch. I don't have an opinion. Well, I have an opinion about the right to keep and bear arms. My opinion is that I like it. But anyhow, thank you for supporting the truth, logic, and common sense, Ted Nugent, Real America Voice Spirit Campfire, because I know I represent the heart and soul, the values of the vast majority of American families who put their heart and soul into being the best that they can be. And I spend every weekend, we started in July, at Sunrise Acres, where these families come from all around the world. Oh, look at this. Look at this guy. How'd you get in here?
Mommy.
Who let you in us? All right. That might have been a good idea.
Oh, sorry.
I'm live on the air. Get this guy. That's Jackson, who, by the way, makes me so happy. And another guy, another hunting buddy of mine, Jackson. We got Sadie. Look at all this. Look at Shemaine. Shemaine made a terrible mistake because they're going to destroy everything.
I'm sorry.
There's my best hunting buddy right there. Look at that woman. There she is. All right, so you can tell this is a family affair, and we don't have a script, and I don't have a teleprompter. I just have core beliefs, and I can actually form them into meaningful, unambiguous sentences, not to be confused with Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, or Ozzy Osbourne. But the point is I'm a hunter, a fisherman, and a trapper, and my fen, marsh, swamp, forest agriculture is in prime, optimum, clean air, soil, and water productivity, quality of life, because I'm a hunter, fisherman, and trapper. And I got Alan Probst, my fellow hunter, fisherman, and trapper from the great Keystone State, where I learned to shoot woodchucks in the eyeball. Alan, welcome to the Spirit Campfire. By the way, Alan, you know, wherever you and I might talk, even in texting, it is a Spirit Campfire, is it not?
It absolutely is. Your spirit and your master of the English language just always impresses me. But yeah, you're invigorating, and that's the you do it kind of full board, hunting, fishing, and trapping. I'm concentrating on the trapping aspect of it, and I think sometimes people might take our enthusiasm the wrong way, when truly what we're trying to do is just pass these traditions on.
Yeah, we're conservationists, the wise use of renewable resources. Whenever anybody has succeeded in brainwashing people and reducing legitimate science-based trapping, within 1 year they have to take their tax dollars and hire government trappers to come in and do it. And they'll tell you, well, I'm against trapping, but the people against trapping actually pay for trapping, which, by the way, if you pay somebody to kill somebody, you're guilty of murder. So, Alan, I know you're carrying on the inspiration of the lifestyle of your dad. Tell us a brief history of how you got into this and why you were motivated, not just to participate in this perfect conservation, but to promote it. Thank you for promoting and celebrating, because you've educated people, and people need to be educated. How did this all come about for Alan Probst?
Quite simply, it's no different than a lot of other people out there. They want to be like their dad. My dad was a school teacher by trade, but he supplemented his income back there in that fur boom in the 70s and 80s with trapping. He'd get up at 2 a.m, go out, check his traps, then go teach school. You saw the one picture, I think, that just showed up there. My first muskrat, 7 years old. I was hooked. The fever was there. My father has been a very integral part of not only my outdoor lifestyle, but me in general, and teaching me, how to get through life in a good way. And I just really fell in love with it. Even when I played baseball back in the day, every off season, I would make it a point to get back to Pennsylvania, whether I was living in Orlando or wherever, and just do that week, 2 weeks of invigorating my spirit, as you always say, back into the outdoors. And my father, to this day, you know, he passed away about a year ago, but to this day, he is still a key cog in what we're doing at North American Trapper, along the lines of what he taught me 40, 45, 50 years ago.
Yeah, and once again, I'm going to reiterate, because a lot of people just cannot grasp the reality, the inescapable truism, that when you ban or compromise annual trapping, these are annual renewable productive fur bearers and varmints and predators. If you succeed in brainwashing your Chicago friends to ban it, within a year, your tax dollars will go to hire a government trapper to do damage control instead of letting we the people do quality control. And ultimately, there's three things going on, and I want to hear your take on it. Number one, your instincts drive you to be an asset to the wild ground and the wildlife. Number two, it's exciting. It's fun. Now, the income is gone nowadays because there's no value in a lot of these fur bearers anymore. But you're pursuing your instinct to be a conservationist. It's really exciting and stimulating and enjoyable. It cleanses the soul, but it also performs a meaningful, critical, necessary environmental responsibility. What's your lifetime of trapping take on that? And that's it in a nutshell, isn't it?
You hit the whole gamut right there. I'll go back to what you were talking about, the taxpayer stuff. And this is all able to be found on Google. Massachusetts outlawed trapping 20 some years ago. I don't know the exact date, but within 3 years, it turned into a $60-70 million taxpayer problem. There was never a problem because the trappers that were out there just doing their normal trapping in the fall and winter were catching these beavers, and they weren't chewing down trees over telephone poles. They weren't damming up sluices and causing roads to wash out. That is the information that just does not get out there to the public because they're getting barraged by a bunch of not half-truths most time, basic non-truths. That's just one instance. There are many countless examples of that across the nation. And you're right, it is a taxpayer problem, and they end up paying for it anyway. Moving on with what you were saying, it is one with nature. When I'm out there trapping, you're getting that animal to he can go 360 degrees, and you're getting him to put his foot in about a 2 square inch area. And that takes skill. But I don't want people to think that it's over the top hard. You can do it with some simple techniques, but you are really, truly going one-on-one with that specific animal and matching wits. And there are times that they outwit us, and then you have to, come up with different things that can help you catch them. But all in all, the tradition of trapping, it explored the West, up the Mizzou, Lewis and Clark, the trapping expeditions. The beaver pretty much is what settled the West. The price of the beaver was so high. And you look at that, and all of that history is a big part of what I'm trying to do at North American Trapper, as well as just give people the information and the equipment to go out there and become the steward of their own land. You can go out and catch your nest raiders, help your turkey population. You can catch your coyotes, help your deer population. You can catch all these different things that are going to help you not only control your own ecosystem, but it's going to help the overall animal ecology as well, because they're not going to get overpopulated. You're not going to have distemper and rabies and all the things that Mother Nature is going to bring in to kill them.
Yeah. Alan, how can people communicate with you? You have a website that people can learn? Because I got to tell you, I inspire people to get up the bow and arrow, because the mystical flight of the arrow maximizes your gifts from God into a given endeavor. So does guitar playing. It takes you away from the world, and it focuses your inner talents and your inner musical visions. But trapping will do the same thing. How can people get started? Is there a website they can join you on?
Yeah, my website, everything that we do, whether it's social media, website, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, it's all North American Trapper. NorthAmericanTrapper.com is where we have our products, and we have a lot of different starter packages that are actually geared for that beginner. We don't really cater. Yes, we want, trappers to buy our products, but we're doing what we think is necessary to help grow the sport or the tradition. And we have packages that are set up specifically for the beginner. Our YouTube channel, the North American Trapper YouTube channel, we have a whole brand related system that everything that we do is geared around education. We have a beginner series, which has probably got 25, 30, 40 different clips in it. And we go from equipment to baits and lures to handling equipment. And ultimately, that's the goal. The goal is to create more trappers, which in turn helps the tradition. And same thing you do with Hunter Nation. And I've been on Hunter Nation before. They're doing a really good job of actually educating the public to just things that maybe people don't recognize. I remember a post I saw maybe a week or two ago, and it had a coyote laying beside a wolf. And it really shows the magnitude of the difference in size. People hear, oh, the wolves, they're not hurting the cattle. And then you lay it beside a coyote, the coyote's weighing 30-some pounds, and then you got a 130-pound wolf, and it really shows in that picture. But Hunter Nation's doing a great job, the National Trappers Association, the Fur Takers of America, people like you that are out there promoting it, whether you're in the industry or not, the promotion of that tradition and going back, not taking something from you, but it is truly the spirit that is part of that process. You're that one with nature. That's the thing.
Yeah. Well, Alan, thanks so much for joining me on the Spirit Campfire. It really is a Spirit Campfire. You're doing God's work. I'm going to keep in touch with you. Thank you, everybody, for another wonderful Truth, Logic, and Common Sense celebration. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'm going to go kill a pig and trap some coons. Godspeed, everybody.
The brand is so much bigger than myself or anybody involved with what we're doing. It's the tradition of, it's that woodsmanship that these kids and even adults can learn just by being out there. That's what we're trying to do. Trying to get people involved, trying to get people to feel that. And every time you go out there with them, you're experiencing that outdoors through them. We're showing the simplicity of things, and we're trying to debunk a lot of those myths that maybe scares people away from doing it at times, thinking that, it's just too hard, there's too much into it. No, it's pretty easy, and we're going to show you how easy it is, and you're going to be able to go out and do it.
Get started trapping those problem animals and nest raiders today. Become the steward of your own land or lease. Visit NorthAmericanTrapper.com.